Good morning. It is Monday, July the 27th, and I want to read some verses that I've actually used before, but I want to focus on one different piece than I did the last time I used them. It's First Peter chapter 3, verses 13 through 15. Who is there to harm you if you prove zealous for what is good? But even if you should suffer for the sake of righteousness, you are blessed. And do not fear their intimidation, and do not be troubled. But sanctify Christ as Lord in your hearts, always being ready to make a defense to everyone who asks you to give an account for the hope that is in you, yet with gentleness and reverence. The part that I want to focus on this morning is that first part of verse 15 where it says, sanctify Christ as Lord in your heart. I think as human beings, we have a difficult thing, and that's handing over control. But when we become a Christian, we confess Him as Savior and Lord, which means we're going to be obedient. We're going to obey His commands. There was a famous conductor, Leonard Bernstein. I don't know if you've ever heard of him, but he conducted the New York Philharmonic, and he said this. I want to read his quote. He was asked the question, what's the hardest instrument to play in an orchestra? And his answer was this: second fiddle. He said, there's plenty of first violinists, but it's hard to find someone who is willing to play second fiddle with enthusiasm. That's a huge problem, because without the second fiddle, I don't have any harmony. I think we find that in our lives a lot. When we try to take over the first chair, the first position in our lives, and not give control over to the Lord the way that we're supposed to, we find ourselves in disharmony. We're not doing things the right way. We miss opportunities. We find ourselves discontented. We find ourselves getting upset and unnerved, and maybe even starting to complain and to whine. And all we have to do is do what we're supposed to and be obedient and turn that leadership back to Him. Because as Christians, we are to be second chair. This is not God is my co-pilot. This is not, I've always said people that have that little license plate, God is my co-pilot, they need to, they need to turn the wheel completely over. There's no code to it. Jesus Christ is the one that's in the lead. He is your Lord. He is your Savior. He is the one as a Christian that has the lead. Sometimes I think because we try to wrest that control back from Him in different areas of our life, is really where we start to struggle and we start to have difficulty. So this morning, just take a look at your life. Take a look at how you live and the things that you do. How much are you really giving over of yourself to the Lord? And how much of it are you trying to keep control from being taken away from you? I bet you'll find that the places that you are most discontent in your life are the places where you try to exert the most control over what happens. It's time then to go to the Lord in prayer and give those things to Him. I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.